Now, after this, we have something even more advanced, which is called vectors. Alright, most of the time, we are going to dealing with all of this thing, which is vectors, data frame, or factors. Alright, so how can we understand another type of data is we have another four type of data, or another four data types. The very first one is factor, the second one is date time, third one is list, and last one is data frame. Alright, let's go through the factor first. Alright, so what is factor? Factor is basically a data type which can hold many value in structured way for a variable. So as example, right, let's say we have three students name. All right, if you are not using factors, we have three students name. Let's just assume we have three students name, right? Students names, which is Farah, I think, maybe Lucky, okay, Lucky, and maybe Zito, right? So Ziu, sorry, Ziu. All right, so we have three names. So if we are using a normal variable, which is variable and string, what happen is we need to do something like this, right? Student 1 is equivalent to Farah. Student 2 is equivalent to Lucky. And student 3 is equivalent to what was it? Ziu. Alright, so this one is working very fine, yes, I admit. But what if, I'm just going to ask you, what if we have 100 students? Should we write the whole hundreds? No, right? So if we are using this method, which is by using factor, right, you can just simply write, rather than having 100 variables just now, we can just have only one variable here, and you can put the whole values inside here, something like this. All right, so student's name, something like student's name, which is a variable's name, right? And then equal factor, and then C, is it correct? Factor, and then C, and then you can put the student's name. So let's say the student's name is Zito, Ziu, I just forgot your name, and then Lala, and then Jiawang, and then Jessie, and then Jessie, and etc. Then we can only use one variable over here, which is student underscore names, right? And we can simply dump the whole data in one single variable. So that is advantage of using this approach, which is by using factors rather than using this one. All right, so that is one. All right, now the second one is date time. Alright, date time is basically just like the data type represent a date, and the way we can define is we need to use as.date. Alright, I'll just like copy paste this one. So I'll just like run this one. I'll just run this one. So if I print today, what happened is we are going to have this date, right? But if I print class today, which we wanted to define which data type the today is, this one will say this data type is date data type. Alright, so that one is date and time data type. Now the third thing is list. Alright, so what is list? List is basically a name. Alright, a name. I mean, you compile the whole things in a name. So let's say if previously, I'll just copy paste this one. If previously we have this one, right, students underscore name, right? If previously this one is factor, this one is factor, and this one is list, right? If previously we can just simply put Ziu, Lala, Jiawang, Jessie without name, this one we need to have name, which is the name is title is equivalent to what, and is equivalent to what, and yada yada. So how can we use this student underscore name from factor to become list? We can just like simply click something like this. So let's say student list is equivalent to list. Okay, so student A is equivalent to Ziu, student B is equivalent to I don't know, Anik and etc, right? So if I print student underscore list, then it's going to be like this. Alright, so what is the difference between factor and list is basically this one doesn't really have name for each one of this one, right? For Ziu, Lala, Jiawang and Jessie, we doesn't really have name title for this one. But for list, we actually have name or label for each one of this one. So let's say the first one is Ziu, right? Ziu, the name is student underscore A. And if I'm not mistaken, the way how can we access this one, let's say if I print student underscore list, is going to be appear too, right? If I wanted to access ZU, what can I do is, I think I can just like simply write something like this, and then it will print ZU. Alright, so yeah, so if you wanted to access a specific name, right? If you just wanted to retrieve the data, right? Let's say student B, what you can do is you just can simply press this $, and then just write down here student B, and you will get Anik and etc. So that one is list, and last one is data frame. I think data frame I'm going to skip for now. We are going to learn about data frame when we are learning about CSV later on.